Welcome back to Jason Cruz Radio. I'm here again with Eric Exilus, and I have more questions for him. I know you guys recommended him. You guys liked what he said last time he was on here, so I had to bring him back. So Eric, tell me, what type of females are you into, and what would a female have to do in order for your attention, for them to catch your eye, for you to look at them and say, hey, I want to get with this girl?
First of all, I want to say what's up to the Cruise Nation. And type of girls I look for, I would say, listen, this is what I like. You gotta have elegance, smarts, good personality, and that's all I really want from a girl, female. But I'm not afraid to look for exactly what I want. And if I can't find exactly what I want, I won't play myself, or I know I won't waste my time. I'm perfectly fine fucking these hoes on Plenty of Fish. Now listen, what will not catch my eye or turn me off in a way is, not to personally say this is what all girls should fall under. This is just something that I personally will not be attracted to, is just seeing stupidity, seeing an immature woman, somebody that's always looking for somebody else's approval, not understanding that, finding that self-love and just loving yourself first. If you don't have those things, I can't fuck with you.
So Eric, let's say you meet a beautiful girl. Well, beautiful in your eyes. Beautiful is different to everybody else's eyes. So, and you guys get to talking, right? You go on a couple dates, this and that. She sees you more as a friend. How would you break the ice? Or would you ever really even tell her?
Well, first of all, I usually tend to feel the vibe, so I'm only going in if you let me in. So, also, too, I will never be a friend with no bitch, okay? I'm there for one reason. Either I'm looking for love and compassion, or just to fuck that night. But I'm not looking to see how your day is if I'm not getting anything for it. That's just how I think every straight man should think. We got a lot of weirdos nowadays, but that's another topic for another day. Now, how I usually break the ice with girls, it's kind of like a tech-savvy world, savvy, whatever that word is. Like, we just text a lot, or a lot of social media and stuff. So it's always good to break the ice by talking to her through social media or texting. And then when you guys finally meet up, you guys kind of get a good feel for each other. And then you go from there. Usually, the answer is to break the ice through messaging, talking to her, calling her, sending dick pics, whatever. It's just break the ice through texting.
So, we have a lot of single mothers that listen to my podcast. Mm-hmm. And some of them probably aren't with their baby daddies, alright? And they're single baby mamas. Now, do you see, how do I say, something that keeps on going with these type of females? Do they get with a certain type of guy, and do these guys really just fall under the line of someone they should have never got with in the first place?
Absolutely. Not only that, it's also a major setup with this thing called child support. It's the government that plays a role in, for the lady, basically telling the lady that they don't naturally need a man, and they'll take the man out of the house and have the government be the father of the house, which is never good, because the government don't really care about your kids anyway, because they'll be the first ones to shoot that little black boy on the street. Now, feel like, honestly, for single mothers out there, sometimes I give you the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes things just don't work out. Other times you pick the wrong guy and damn it, you know it. Or the wrong guy picked the wrong female, whatever, however it goes. I think we all need to just take the time to really figure out who we are first, love ourselves, and then branch out and go out and find that person. But this little baby mama stuff, it's all because our child support plays a major role in keeping the father out of the house. And there's just bitches that are down with that shit and that actually likes just collecting a check, that are just money hungry. And to that I say, fuck you, badge.
So, I actually agree with you on those things you just said. I'm gonna actually give my intake on some of those too, but I'm gonna have you keep talking for now. But all right. Do you feel like when a female gets cheated, is it always on a man's? Is always the man's fault, or is it just something that they did in order for the man to cheat? Like, did they fall out of love? Did the woman not pay much attention? Or is the man really just a player and she got with the wrong one?
How I believe when it comes to cheating is you can only cheat if both of you agree to just have a male-female relationship. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, just a regular basic relationship. That's the only way you can really cheat. Now, when a guy cheats, usually I'm not gonna try to make any excuses. It's a fucked up thing. But, I mean, damn it, alright? Sometimes it's just too easy. Now, when a girl cheats, sometimes they actually like the guy. And if I was for to break up with you, by next week, I'll see you with Tyrone. Now, I'm not saying either way is right, but listen, honestly, all jokes aside, if both of you guys agree to a relationship between just y'all two, then there should be no reason for cheating on both sides. But that all plays back to respecting yourself and just knowing what you want. You know what I mean? If you know you're not ready to be in a relationship and you just want to hold around, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You could do what you want to do, but just don't be giving signals off like saying you want to be in a relationship when all you want to do is just get plowed through by other guys. Vice versa. So, yeah.
So what you're saying is, when a dude cheats, I'm not saying it's right, it's more as it's too easy, like opening a bag of chips, yeah. Right? But when a girl cheats, it's like she has the bag of chips and she's opening for the other nigga to get a Pringle. You feel me? Yeah. It's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same. You could open a bag of chips, or you either take the chips inside the Pringle.
Listen, sure.
That's what you're saying. Yeah. That's what you said. I'm not putting the words in your mouth. You said that. It came out of your mouth. Now,
the Pringles reference.
Okay, not the Pringles reference, but same thing. So, let's say you get married, right? And your wife has kids. And she wanted you to be the stay-at-home dad. Would you take that role, or would you say, no, I gotta be the working man and you gotta be the stay-at-home mom?
Listen, anything can happen in life. I could be put in any situation. So I never want to say for definite, but on a regular basis, I wouldn't mind if both of us worked. But let's say if I was in a position to where I pay the bills, or I could be able to pay the bills all by myself through a good job, or I'm blessed enough with a good job, I honestly wouldn't want her to work. Now, if she felt like she wanted to work and not be a housewife, because being a housewife is also working, but if she felt like she wanted to get out and do something, I mean, I'll be free to let her do that. I'm not going to try to cage her in, but me personally, I can never be a house nigga or a house husband or whatever, because I wouldn't want to be, because just naturally I'm supposed to provide, and you know what I mean? I just can't sit at home and having my girlfriend come or wife come from a long day at work, talk about, honey, I need gas for my car, or why don't you come home with any food? I'm hungry, bitch. I can't do that. So that just feels better if we work, but it's whatever. It could be anything could happen.
Eric, I remember you telling me a couple days before. You said women are natural receivers.
Yes.
And men are natural givers.
Yes.
Explain to me your concept.
Well, I said that in the sense of our organs and our body parts. You know, the woman takes in whatever we're giving her, and we're the ones that are ejecting stuff in her. So it's like she's naturally receiving what we're giving, and so also too, it plays it plays in the aspect of, you know, usually the men are the ones doing usually the decision making. I don't want to sound too like I'm pro men or whatever, but usually it's the men that are always kind of taking the first step into doing something, and the female usually always follows. But yeah, it's just pretty much the best way I could explain it. And yeah, that's about it.
So Eric, do you have a little sister?
Sure do.
And you see a lot of female artists who tend to be very sexualized.
Yeah, my God, yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. And what's like? Do you think that has an effect on your sister? And what type of person would you like to see her become?
Absolutely, I believe it has an effect on my sister. Every time when I see her watch Instagram videos of bitches wearing makeup and shit, and she feels like she has to wear makeup to be pretty, I absolutely hate that shit. When I hear certain female artists just talk about sex, and I know they sold out, because there's more to talk about than just, you know what I mean, sex. I feel like she hears that stuff and she puts it in her brain. That's what she has to do to be pretty. That's what she has to do to be accepted. And especially knowing that she's young, a lot of stuff can influence her in the wrong way. And mainly the music plays on the radio where everybody can hear it, and young people will have a hold of it. And knowing how we're always on our phones and stuff, you could always get a hold of it. And I just hate the feeling of her feeling like there's a certain way you gotta look. So I just feel like just really beauty is like within, and just how you carry yourself, how you treat yourself. And I just hate it. I just think we're listening a lot to the wrong people. They're all sellouts, all that bullshit. But that's the same thing with men too.
So, let's say you have a daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, what kind of things would you limit her from doing? Or would it rather be her doing whatever she wants until it gets to a certain point where you don't like it?
Listen, before I have any kids, or if I have kids, I want to set the establishment of my household, the base of my household, off of love. And the fact that knowing that I love my wife, I love myself, that love will ooze on and go on to the kids. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if I have a daughter, I just show her love, let her know who she is, where she comes from, who she could be. And hopefully, you know, things aren't always as easy as that. Of course, there's going to be some things that happens, but just as long as she knows that she has people that love her and that are for her side, I don't think she should get too out of control. So that's basically my answer.
You know,